So what does it mean to be sexually healthy? So too often when we think about being sexually healthy, we just think about the biological, like sex aspect of it. But what does it really mean to be holistically sexually healthy? So I'm Janelle. I am an ASEX certified sexuality educator and a book talk fanatic, and I'm here to help all my book talkers live their most sexually thriving lives. So if we're thinking about what it means to be sexually healthy, we want to look at this holistically. And in my classes, when I'm teaching people about what it means to be sexually healthy, I like to break it down into two parts. So on this side, we have the biological aspects, and this is how the body works. So this is like the biological aspects of our sexual health. And then on the other side, we have the socio-emotional aspects. And that's all about like how the head and the mind work, the heart and the mind work. Okay, so let's look at these two different things. Biological, that's going to be things like your general body and physical functioning, so your heart health, your pelvic floor health, these different things. It's going to be your hormones, the biological aspects of your hormones, reproduction, contraception, STIs, sexual and reproductive anatomy, and the sexual response. But you'll see there's a little asterisk there because the sexual response, part of that is biological, but a lot of it also is socio-emotional and how the heart and the mind work. So on this side, this is where things get more complex because it's not just this straightforward, this is what the body does. Instead, this is all of those messy, fun, wild, very human aspects of our sexual health. So it's anatomy and consent, our body image, the relationship we have with our body, the cultural sexual scripts and expectations, and then overall our general sexual framework, our ability to have healthy relationships, hormones in terms of the emotional aspect of what it does to our emotions, our gender identity, our sexuality, masturbation, pornography, sexual decision making, sexual values, social skills, and then again the sexual response, the part of the sexual response that is deeply impacted by our heart and our mind. So when we think about being sexually healthy, it is not just about the biological, and we can't, to truly thrive, we can't just focus on the biological, we have to focus on this. And there's so many implications for this. So for us as people, we need to focus, as adults, we need to focus on these things. But then if we're parents, we need to think about how am I not only teaching this to my children, sorry, I got the teacher mind on, children, but how am I also focusing on all of this? And I know it seems like a lot, but it can give us kind of a guidepost to think about these different areas of our life that are really deeply impacting our sexual health because everything connects to our sexual health. So, so take a look at this, grab a screenshot, think about your own well-being, your own sexual well-being, what parts are thriving, what parts, need some work. And hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think about this holistic ideal of looking at our sexual health rather than just thinking about being sexually healthy as in terms of having consent and using protection and having pleasure. That's part of it, right? But there's a much bigger picture.